Okay, Martin Stahel from Zappar. Tell us a little bit about Zappar first before we begin.
So Zappar is a augmented reality producer, and that means here in the packaging industry, we're helping people unlock the packaging and connect that packaging to people as mobile phones. And we all know how obsessed people are with mobile phones, and it's now becoming increasingly popular to scan and unlock content from packaging, magazine adverts, and the world around us. So for the packaging industry, I think the big opportunity is to make that emotional connection between your brand and people's mobile phones.
But augmented reality has been around for a while, and so have you, I suppose. Is there an increase in the interest in the usage of the augmented reality?
Oh, it's a good point, because augmented reality has been around for probably about 40 or 50 years looking for a problem to solve. And it's only really now with the power of these computers that we're carrying around in our pockets called the smartphone that allows us to unlock hidden content. And yes, I'll speak a lot about content, but it's creating a digital experience from our packaging that connects with us in an emotional way, that if we make our customers happy, and only then will they go on to buy the product or buy it more often or share it on social media or give me their email address. And so it's that process of creating great content on the mobile phone that allows brands to then commercialize it and deliver a value back to the business. So here is a campaign by Bombay Sapphire, and their objective was to help us drink more gin by learning cocktail recipes. First, I open up the Shazam app and activate the camera screen. It downloads the content. And then the bottle animates with all the floral design. And now I'm invited to learn how to create the cocktail recipe.
But what is then the great content? I mean, is it only amusement and games and so on, or is that what augmented reality should be used for?
I think the content really depends on the audience, and the brand needs to think long and hard about what's of interest to their audience. So people aren't going to scan because we ask them to. As consumers, we're all quite selfish, and we're only interested in ourselves. So as a brand, I need to think about what is my customer interested in. And kids could be interested in games, but football fans may be interested in information or getting closer to their stars and their players. We work with a retailer for new mums, and they're interested in how to look after the baby and making sure there's the right environment. So augmented reality can mean different things to different people. And yes, we see lots of games, and they're really they make the press. But even in the pharmaceutical world, how can we make delivering complicated or sometimes dull information to the end user in an interesting and accessible way?
Is it sort of a threat to the augmented reality that it is mostly games and amusement, entertainment that is connected to those words? I mean, would it be difficult to spread the message that you should use more serious information also?
I think the games is an obvious use. I mean, if you look at any stats of how people use their mobile device, games and social media are the top of the list across many age groups, and it's not just for the kids. So that's the first and most obvious approach. But, and I can show you some examples of how we're using AR to educate people about health, about corporate training, for example. So again, I go back to think about the user and what is right for them. What do they need? Do they need something entertaining, or do they just need simple information given to them quickly?
Because when you look at, for example, QR codes, it was very popular in Japan for many years, but they sort of destroyed the thing with just giving worthless information with the QR code, so people get bored of using that technique. But you don't see the same risk in augmented reality.
I think the risk is always there, and what I think has happened since the QR code era is that brands also understand how to create content in this new channel. Previously, people would put a QR code on there, not tell people what it is and why it's important, and the brands also didn't think what content they were putting on there. So we're all now much more aware of what responsibility we have to take on board to provide good information to our user, if indeed we want them to come back and do it again, or go on and buy our product.
Has augmented reality had its breakthrough, or is it close? Will it come, or how should we look at the market today?
In the whole scheme of the world, AR is still a very new technology, and lots of brands are picking it up. And if we, depending on who you listen to, apparently by 2020 there'll be 100 million of us shopping in some way via augmented reality. It's still in its early days, and the technology and our learning is developing, but it is definitely here.
But you're for sure not the only one who works with augmented reality. What makes you unique?
Zappar's unique points are on 3 levels. Firstly, we have the Zap code, which allows us to uniquely mark each individual unit of each individual product. So we can deliver different content depending on whether you bought the product the first time or you're a regular customer. So we can talk to you in different ways. Also, our content is really quick and easy to download. And that's really important when customers are moving around. So if you're sat on a bus with a can and you scan it, you don't want to wait half an hour for the content to download. It needs to be done fast. And so that quick content delivery is really unique. And then from a team perspective, we're made up of technical experts who built the AR, but also marketing guys, including myself, who understand how to sell products. So we bring tech and the marketing focus together.
And the market is increasing quite quick, or what would you say?
Yes, the market is definitely growing rapidly, and even now with the big brands like Apple, Google, Facebook, all getting into augmented reality as well, they're really putting it on the map and educating customers that there is good stuff to scan.
So you have a bright future then?
I hope so, and I hope packaging does, because as I said at the beginning, we're sat on this untapped media space, and if we can allow brands to unlock that before they go and spend money on external advertising, they can own this relationship with their own customers who are holding their products.
Okay, thank you, Martin.
Thank you.